Welcome back to Project K75. Yes, the BMW K series K75 Cafe Racer project. Gotta say, having second thoughts. Not about the project. Well, maybe. Anyway, stay tuned. More destruction to come. We're going to be ripping more bits and pieces off. Stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, and we forgot to start it up without the muffler. Let's do that. Oh, I think we're going to need a muffler. And while we're testing things and we got the door open, I'm going to try it again, having disconnected the rear ECU. See what happens. So yeah, I read on a forum somewhere that that was something to do with the ABS, which I kind of suspected, but I don't know why, just because it was at the back of the bike, I suppose. Anyway, didn't seem to make any difference to whether the bike ran or not, so that's kind of interesting. Well, there you go. It ran without it. Perhaps we don't need it. If you know better, let me know. Yeah, second thoughts about the paint job. Don't get me wrong, I love the concept that I've come up with, and I really, really want to do that. But this tank is actually in pretty good nick. And I know it's a bit cliched, but I was looking at it all, and it would kind of, it's a nice colour, right? And I think this kind of thing might work. As I say, a little bit cliched, but what do you think? We're a long way off from painting the tank, so I'm going to throw it out to you guys. Leave it in the comments down below. Should we go kind of BMW M colours, or should we stick with our R90S theme? It's only an option because the tank itself, the paint, is actually in really good nick. So yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of it. More questions for you guys. Tyres. Obviously, from a cafe racer point of view, we should probably put some knobbly, mean-looking tyres on, but these are bloody good tyres. They're Pirellis, as you can see. They're not badly worn. Right, they've still got the chicken strips, even the little, tags. Same story at the back end. So, I don't know. Should I replace them with some knobbly looking trendy stuff, or just leave quality tyres on? Let me know down here. Anyway, where did we leave off apart from brakes and brake lines? Yes, umbilical cords. Yeah. So this is interesting. I asked AI what the rear ECU on a K75 was, and it said it was engine management, fuel injection, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure I believe it, because there's that one there as well. And here's why I don't believe it. But I recently uploaded a photograph of the Carpenter, the IDR Ferrari 196 recreation. It's a very special little car. Here it is. I couldn't remember what the model was, i.e. 196. I kind of had it in the back of my head. Anyway, I uploaded it to Google Lens and said, what model Ferrari is this? and it came back and told me it was a Maserati, not a Ferrari. So I was a little bit more insistent and said, no, it's a Ferrari. Which model Ferrari? It said, no, it's a Maserati. So I googled Ferrari 196, and there it was. So I sent that to Google Lens and said, no, it's a Ferrari 196. And it said, no, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought the idea of intelligence was learning, especially from one's mistakes. So apparently a-hole intelligence is not all it's cracked up to be. Hope you're watching. Apologies accepted. Right, back to more important matters. And yes, we've had a bit of snow. And unfortunately that means this poor little fella died because it was too cold for him outside. He came out early and now he's brown bread. No, I know, we're 5 minutes in and he hasn't done anything yet apart from start the damn thing up. Gonna be asking you guys for your thoughts on lots of things this time around before I buy anything. So yeah, when I do, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Yes, Mr. Sansom, Greg and Leonardo, I'm relying on you three at least to come up with some ideas. We're going to start with badges. Yeah, we do need stinking badges because this one was a bit knackered. And so I thought I'd try taking this one off first with a little flat blade screwdriver. And as you can see, it's kind of made out of tin foil. Yeah. Not very impressive, is it? Yeah. Rubbish. So, a number of options varying in price for replacements. Let me know what you think. And on the subject of bricks again, yes, the airbox. Obviously we're going to be replacing that with some cool velocity stacks. So again, what do you think? Which ones? And on the subject of electrics, and while we're in that area, look at the size of that bloody battery. It's another brick. Yeah, like that. When they call it the flying brick, I didn't realise they were referring to the battery as well. Still in the same area. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. I need to check with the whole seat frame thing. But I found these, a couple of options to cover all that shit up. What do you think? Anyway, I've been doing a little investigation on the brake front. Yes, or the front brakes even, well, and the back ones. And yeah, as you can see with some of these others, they've basically run two brake lines down from the handlebars, obviously bypassing all the ABS BS. So we know what we're doing in terms of brake levers. Yeah, that's the clutch over there. Brake levers and such. We might leave that till then, although we might start disabling the ABS itself, removing all this shit. Right, it's nearly 10 minutes now and they haven't done a thing. Let's get on with something. Oh, I think it's Mr. Kawasaki time. Because I think we need to get rid of that, and it's welded on. And I found this. What is that? And that's welded on too. I don't know, but it's coming off. More dismemberment or dismantling. Front fairing mounts done. And that's where they were mounted. Yeah, maybe more work for Mr. Kawasaki, I don't know. Might grind those off. I might mount something to them, so we'll leave them there for the minute. Right, I quite fancy getting these headers off and painting them up a bit. Let's do that. These can sometimes be a little bit fun and games, so I've WD'd them up. Let's see if they come undone. So far, easy peasy. I expect nothing less from BMW. Bingo! Right, let's get the grease off. We like bull snot. And soak in boiling water for, I don't know, however long. Jiggle around from time to time. And finally hang out to dry. Right, so we've got some cool ideas for this. We're going to try and see what happens. So, talk about attention to detail that nobody's ever going to see, bearing in mind those are underneath the brick. But what we're going to do is we're going to wire brush the actual bracket part, then we're going to mask it off, and we're going to paint this silver, and then we're going to fade in orange. Yeah, but not this time. We'll do that next time. So yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe and all that stuff so you get notification of the next episode. Right, let's crack on. Still can't believe how skinny these are. They're literally 27mm as opposed to like 35 on the Quacker and obviously bigger on the Goodsey. So yeah, tiny little pipes. Actually, what the hell, let's paint them up now, because we're not going to be chopping those bits off the frame after all, and I'll tell you why later. Here we go. Stage one. Now, as you know, if you watch the Honda CB350 at all, not overly impressed with this paint, no, but we've got a little bit left, so we're going to layer it on gradually, but this, I don't like this paint. I've already got some nasty globs and runs and things. Bugger. Oh well, we'll see. Anyway, after several coats, this is starting to come together. Well, there we have it, bolted back in place, temporarily at least, just to see what it looks like. I mean, you can barely see it, honestly. And yeah, it's not the best paint job in the world. In fact, it's probably pretty terrible. I like to call it a flame effect. Yeah. So there we go. While I was here, I took the spark plug cover off because we'll paint that up to see what that looks like as well. Yeah, okay. Lots to do. I think next up we're going to be reviewing the whole seat and frame chop situation, because all this goes away if we use that seat frame, and while it appears to bolt in, nothing to bolt it to, so I'm guessing we're going to have to be welding tabs onto the frame. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm a bit worried, you know, if we hack this off and we hack this off, we've firstly got to fill up holes and things, but secondly I'm kind of worried about the integrity of the remaining part of the frame that comes down and holds the transmission and what have you, and obviously the weight of the motor. I wonder if we need some sort of cross brace across from one to the other. I don't know. It's a fairly chunky frame. And then of course there's, what the hell are we going to do with that brick size battery and all that kind of stuff? Where's all this going to go? Gotta love this motor, kind of ugly though it may be, for its Germanicness. Is that a word? Gotta love the 3 coils lined up there neatly. I mean, if that was a Ducati, there'd be one there, one over here, and one down here somewhere. Very nicely designed, honestly. Which I worked out what this is. This is to help you put it on the centre stand. What a lovely idea. Centre handle standle device. Yeah, very good. And much as I like this, I think that's going to go as well, because if we're going to put rear sets on, they use these 2 bolts here to fit, so all this goes away. Don't need that. Are we going to fit rear sets? They're expensive. All in all, still very much at the planning stage and lots of things to consider. But I think we'll leave that for next time. So thanks as always for watching. You'll need to subscribe down here so you can catch the next episode. And of course give the video the thumbs up while you're there. And encourage others to watch my lunacy.